What's up, guys and girl? It's me and Clayton here, and the shit horse, everyone's favorite turbo budget LS project car of ours. We finally have this 5.3 back in here that you saw us rebuild recently, and we're about to try turn the key for the first time just to get some oil to shoot out the gauge and hopefully...
Where fuel gauge? Well, the battery's not connected.
Yeah, that'd probably do that. If this is your first time seeing the car, this is a project build that we did with 5 guys. We might be down to 4 now, but that's another story. And it has a LS motor with a GT45 VS Racing turbocharger. We're only into it for about like 6 or 7 grand in that region. I mean, the original build was about 6, and then we've done a few things since. But this engine is a 5.3 L33 all aluminum engine with 243 heads, a sloppy stage 2 cam, and a fresh master build.
Yeah.
By me and Clayton here, so yeah, we'll see how master build it is in a second. Previously we had a 6-liter in this thing. That was the original engine, and then it bent a rod twice. So now we have this 5.3 that we pulled out of a junkyard truck with our hands, barehanded. That was the thing. It's our most popular video. This engine is basically a copy of Rob's engine in the Blue Ghost now. Should be able to do the same kind of tuning stuff with it, although we do have a stock throttle body here, so that'll help out a bit. I'm hoping and make it a little simpler.
Yeah, why did the fuel pump prime? Because the key's not on.
Key, well, it's in the on position?
No, it's not on the on position. Right?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna check the relay under the dash. Wow, it's just awesome down here, isn't it, guys? Maybe you can't see, it's probably for the better. Yeah, I don't know. Everything looks intact here. I mean, it's possible I might have to tune some things just for it to run with the cable. I'll have to Google it. Some new electrical gremlins, it seems. The air fuel gauge is staying on. The fuel pump wasn't priming right like it should. And the 2-step has power too. Maybe disconnect the battery and then we'll do some figuring. So after a bit of noodle scratch in there, we found the problem. I was checking a few things out, but it ended up being a ground wire that was attached to the battery's positive terminal instead of the block.
What do you mean you found the problem?
Well, actually, you pointed at it. Because it was a bent wire, you're like, blah, blah, but I was the one that said, should that be there? So we both did it. So now it's time for test start number 2. Hopefully the ECM didn't get fried in the process. You smell that, Clayton? All of a sudden, it smells like horse manure around here. I think it's a sign.
Ready?
Yeah. Needs a bit of tuning, apparently.
Getting good oil flow now.
Yeah?
It's almost at the thing.
Oh, nice. Get this line bled and then hopefully have accurate oil pressure. Yeah, that wire definitely did not fix that problem. But at least the gauge is bled now. The next step is going to definitely be opening up the laptop. And apparently a junkyard relay like Rob put in his Nova.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's got oil pressure.
Doesn't really run long enough to make too much.
I don't know. That's where you come in.
Damn, guys. You kind of just missed the first start up there, but she just fired right up. I'm just kidding. I had to start it a couple times, but wow, this thing sounds sick. I mean, we just heard Rob's truck, so we should know, but... Oh, oh. 14:8 air fuel ratio.
Why is the oil pressure still only at 25? Like, I wonder if this gauge is fucked.
It is a very cheap gauge.
No clacking.
Oh, I'm super surprised it's keeping itself running right now. Like with the cam, I didn't change anything for the sloppy stage 2 cam. It's back, boys and girls. And that's it, but that's good. I was scanning with the scanner. Actually, I was just trying to start it for a second to see if something was working in the scanner, but then it started right up. So I'll have some data we can look at here, and I'll tell you guys what I changed in the computer to go from the drive-by-wire throttle that we had previously to the cable. Yeah, I logged it. All right, so I've done some tuning things. Clayton noticed an oil leak underneath, so we're just gonna start it again, see if the oil leak gets worse when it's running, and I'm gonna get another log. And we hooked up the wideband. Well, it says poo. It still says 14.8. Oh, did it just move? Yeah. Oh, there it goes. And it's all the way lean. So that seems to be working. Connect to vehicle here. This is the VCM scanner of HP tuners. I'm sure you guys have seen it before. And we're gonna go record. See all the fancy data there. Throttle position sensor if I hit the gas. Double check it's in park. And we're gonna try start it again. You ready?
Yeah.
Running a little rich.
Oh yeah, it's just fucking gushing out like the rear main seal or something.
Well, that's no good. Clayton's gonna taste some of it, figure out what it is.
What's engine oil?
Looks like rear main seal, you said.
Oh, it's like, yeah. Like, is there a plug that goes behind there or something, or?
I don't know. Never ends. And this car is supposed to be a power cruise in a week. Definitely sounded good. I mean, you
Too bad
can't.
we have to pull the transmission.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. And transmission swap is, of course, one of those very fun jobs to do. Well, not swap, but pulling out of the car.
Well, it's not that bad. Man.
It's not too bad. It's worse in other
Only
vehicles.
4 bolts in holding it in anyway, or 3.
At least we got the thing fired for you guys tonight. The shit horse is back, leaking oil. But other than that, it sounded good. That cam's awesome. I don't know what happened there, because it was new as well, too. The
seal?
The seal itself,
Who
yeah.
installed it?
I don't know, Rob, I guess.
Weird, man.
Weird.
Like, when it felt oil pressure, like it's just fucking screaming out of there.
So I messed around with a bunch of different stuff in here, but the main thing that I did for the drive-by-wire to cable swap is system here, and then system options, and then under GMT 800 here, which this is set as that platform, for ETC, electronic throttle control, it had a 1 right here. Hope you guys can see that. You probably can. It had 1 right there. You just change that to a 0. And then I guess it starts working. The scanner started reading the throttle position sensor at that point, so that was the thing to get it to start working. Another thing as well, since it used to be the 6-liter in here, we had to change the engine type to 5.3 and then the cylinder volume to 0.67003 to be exact. I messed with the VE table as well a bit. I don't know, have to work on that once we figure out this oil leak and we can do some more tuning with it, but that's basically it. The injectors are still the same, so this remained the same, 94.6 for our 80 pounds. All this stuff just works for us. It's not exactly, you know, copy and paste for your combo. So that's why I don't, you know, go into too much detail about what I do, but as far as things you can do, it's good to point out that electronic throttle control thing is something I learned today, so there's a tip for you guys. On the plus side, it runs pretty good. On the negative side, it shoots oil out of the back of the engine, so we're gonna have to figure out what that is. Pulling the transmission will be the next step for that, like we said, but it's good to have her back in there and running. I think that's where we're gonna leave this one for tonight, because we're not pulling a transmission tonight. There is a race, a local LS Fest race this Saturday. It is Thursday night right now, so we're probably not going to make that, but I kind of wanted to before we knew about the oil leak. But you never know. And if not that race, we'll be ripping it down the street or somewhere soon. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new. Shit Horse is back, guys.
No, it's not.
It is. It just leaks a bit of oil.
Holy. It's a geyser.
Check you later. But wait, there's more. We decided we're actually going to pull the intake off here tonight and inspect that oil fitting at the back and the cam sensor O-ring, because we found that could be a possible thing. We're going to try to do this with removing as little as possible, try to keep the fuel lines connected and just pull it forward. So here we go. Alright, so we got the intake pulled forward. We can have a better look back here once the light starts working. So, wires out of the way.
Looks dry, right?
Top of the bell housing looks dry to me, yeah.
Where's this fucking cam sensor?
This one.
What do you need for that?
10mm wrench probably, because this oil thing is in the way a bit.
Well, but it's not wet around there, you're saying?
No, but where it would leak from is like there's another opening in the block underneath the bell housing. If you guys were to Google a picture of that, the back of an LS engine, the cam sensor goes in where it mounts on top, it mounts, and then there's about that much meat or whatever, and then there's another opening, which the opening is on the back of the engine where the bell housing covers. So actually, once we pull that out, we can probably see down inside and see what's going on in there too, maybe a bit. Well, probably not.
There's an O-ring on it. I mean, there's oil on this side of the O-ring. See how it's wet there?
That does look like some oil was shooting through
Is
there.
that supposed to be dry?
Probably. Well, past the O-ring, yeah, you'd assume. Can't remember how much of it, but there's an opening in the back of the block, and about, yeah, half the middle of that sensor is exposed.
Like, yeah, and like it engages good, and
Seems like the cam sensor is an issue here, and the closer inspection on the oil tee that we have here, that all seems dry.
yeah, I don't know, it's something fucking behind the rear cover.
Well, it has to be the rear main seal, really, because that's the only way out of the cover.
But like I say, the way it's coming out, it's like it's coming from a pressurized oil gallery plug, but you're saying there's nothing on an LS back there?
Well, it could be that plug on the side of the engine, or the thing, but that should be on there and tight.
We put all the plugs in, and it's coming from like the center line of the motor.
Yeah, well, that'd be the rear main seal, in theory.
Which was brand new, right?
Yeah. Crickets. It's getting late, guys, so we're gonna have to continue this on another occasion. So it's bye for real this time. So like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll check you later. And yeah, we are super excited this thing is running. This kind of sucks, but we'll get through it, and you guys will be on the adventure with us. So peace.